Good evening and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. We're on to Sunday the 19th of April and the days, you must admit, are really flying. So welcome to the show, to all our listeners, even across America. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in. Send us one or two messages, and it's a bad time for everyone globally, isn't it? So we just got to make do with the days, the weather, put up with things, put up with the kids. I've been seeing loads of videos. I don't know what your phones have been like, but hey ho, what we do without them and social media to come to that. The videos, it's every day. We've got COVID-19. People are making do. The good people are making do with what they're trying to do, and that's stay at home, stay safe, be safe. You've got to get out and do your bit of exercises, and it was lovely to get a message late last night from young Olivia Henderson, referee. We all know she's a junior ambassador for Don't Cross the Line. And I also got a message the other day from Scott Poole, and Scott is waiting for his level to go up a little bit, so fingers crossed for you, Scott. He's going to keep informed with me. He's saying keep up the great work, keep the work going in for referees, even though we've got no referees at the moment, same as the football team, but referees getting in touch with us, having a nice little chat. That is what it's all about. And Olivia was doing a little bit of exercise and pedaling on her bike, keeping fit as well. So as a referee, what are you doing? What are you keeping yourself up to? Because we still need you in the game. Please don't go away now. Don't, because you might get into that situation where you say, well, do you know what, I've now had enough of refereeing. The football's over, I've chose something else, I've been studying, and I've just thought referee's not for me anymore. So could we have a shortage of referees when the season eventually kicks off again and when we get that underway? Well, we don't want that, do we? So we want to try and keep our referees within the game if we possibly can, because they're fantastic to us, fantastic to the game themselves. Without them there wouldn't be a game, we all know that, and we've been banging the drum since 2003 to make sure that we keep our referees, young and very wise referees, within the game, please, because all these referees are fantastic. You see the banter as well of referees. There's not much I suppose they can do. I was mentioning yesterday about the referee, I don't know whether it was in Italy or Spain or someone, where he was running around with a mask on in his referee gear, running around through the town centre, blowing his whistle, giving red, yellow cards out, sending them all off, and just having a little bit of fun. And that's what it's all about, bringing people together, bring them happy, bring them smiling, and everyone participated. You could see them saying, "What for, ref?" You could actually see those, and that is the way it is. Get everyone together, because referees are impartial. They only do the jobs when they go out there on the football pitches. I know we're talking about referees at the moment and we've got no football matches, but just keep it in mind. We're going to do a little bit, I think, on the 25th, because that would have been the day or the weekend of the awareness weekend for 2020. And believe me, I was working with Grassroots Football UK. We were going to batter it. We had to put it to bed because obviously it was cancelled, the same as everything else has been cancelled. Disappointment to me, but hey ho, everyone's got to be safe. What can you do? So we've had to cancel that. But yeah, it cost us a few bob on the posters and materials already. Again, it's hard work. T-shirts, thankfully the PGMOL, they're keeping hold of this used T-shirts for next season. Let's hope they're keeping them dry and I don't get a phone call saying, oh, do you know what, the mould got into them, they're ruined. But they're all wrapped up well. They're keeping hold of them, and thank you very much to the PFA who's supported us with the T-shirts for the Premier match officials, Premier Games match officials, if you want to know what the PGMOL is, and limited that at the end of this, the abbreviation sort of thing, and they're keeping the T-shirts. They give us the T-shirts to support our referees, and they were going to wear the T-shirts during the warm-ups. It was no good. You could say, okay, what happens if they do, by the 25th of April, actually play one or two games behind closed doors? Well, it wouldn't have looked right. It's cancelled. And, well, you heard what I said. What's your thoughts about that I sent in? This is weeks and weeks ago, before, I think the games were still going ahead, and it was just before the derby match, Liverpool and Everton. But just going back to referees, please keep them on your side. We'll talk a little bit more about them in a minute. But I did send in a post to, on a message when I was telling the Liverpool Football Club that it was cancelled, they said, you know, we'll support you next year, same as Everton, same as the Premier League, the FA. They've all been in touch and saying, let's, you know, don't worry about it, we'll all, you know, it gives me more time basically to promote the respect awareness for 2021. Hopefully it'll be the massive, the biggest thing you've ever, but I do need your support. I do need grassroots football support, all your junior teams, River Juniors, Quarry Green, One Call. We need all of you on board. You know, we've got Sheffield and District Junior Sunday League, and we also have Lostock Hall. We have clubs all over the country who are doing banners. They've got to do them all again. You know, we're working closely with them. They were getting prepared for it. So it was going to be pretty big this year. So hopefully next season it'll be even bigger, and with your support you can make it bigger for us. And as I said yesterday, we're a not-for-profit organisation, you know. We don't make money about it. Same as you football clubs. We're voluntary. We try and put as much as we can back into grassroots football. We go cap in hand, and we also go try and put in for lottery grants. And unfortunately the lottery grants, we were putting in for one again this year, but everything's stopped because they want to give money out to coronavirus charities. So if you're doing something good out there, food banks, you can apply there. Unfortunately at the moment I haven't come up with something, but I'll get our young referees to put their heads together and see what we can do to try and help the communities out in a certain way. I don't know, but if you've got any ideas yourself, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. Anyway, I sent a message in, going back to Liverpool Football Club, stating I watched Champions League football. I think you may have seen it if you've watched one of my shows, when they were playing behind closed doors, when the coronavirus was just taking effect. And it was terrible. It was really, really bad without the crowd. You can hear the players shouting, and that's going to be a problem as well, because if you're effing and blind on a football pitch, then, dear me, it's an empty stadium. You're going to pick that up loud and clear. It's going to be hard for players not to swear, I suppose, because it's going to be still a lot of to play for if the Premier League goes ahead for it. And we need it to go ahead. Okay, so be it, or all be empty stadiums. So I did say to Liverpool, and I think it goes with every club as well, why don't you put over the tannoy the atmosphere? If you're watching, you wouldn't hear the players shout. The atmosphere, the cameras could help out, and many are right then probably saying, hey, it happens anyway, you know, where they all pretend it's those sound effects is not the crowd. I don't believe that for 1 minute. You know, they might super it up and hide it up a little bit just to make it a little bit louder, but why don't the clubs themselves over the tannoys play the crowd, give the atmosphere as if there is a crowd there. You can put all the boards around all the empty seats, you pass messages on, NHS, whatever you want to do, you can advertise for them. But if it goes ahead, I think it'll really, we're all armchair supporters, that's what's going to happen basically. So all this myth about being an armchair supporter, you don't go to the game, well, I think everyone now is going to be an armchair supporter, and we're going to be watching the Premier League. So why can't you play the atmosphere over the tannoys so the cameras pick all that up? And I think it'd be absolutely fantastic. It'd get you in the mood. It, you know, the players, it'd lift the players. It's just like the crowd are there playing, and you're just listening to atmosphere as well. When you watch Match of the Day and you hear it, it just gives you that oomph, doesn't it, into football. It's like when you're in grassroots football and you've got plenty of mums, dads, parents, grandparents, mums, dads, grandparents, you know where I'm coming from, shouting, passionate about football. That's what we want. We won't take the passion out of grassroots football, we don't like it, but it just gives you that atmosphere, doesn't it? It makes the kids play that little bit better when there's people on the touchline, I must admit. We all done it ourselves as kids, didn't we? It was great when you had people all on the sidelines. It lifts your game, you feel a little bit better about it. So that's why kids love encouragement as well. So let's hope all the Premier League and EFL, whatever it is, all play atmosphere over their tannoys. I can't see there being a problem. You know, neighbourhoods, communities, I just think it'll lift everyone, and it'll just get you that message. And we're all staying in, it'll keep everyone at home anyway to watch the game, so that'll help as well. So that's something that we could, well, I suppose the Premier League and the government could work on, keeping them in, fans in, no one's going out, they're all watching the football. But anyway, grassroots football, we're talking about the Premier League, and that could help. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. You can always add me as a friend on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the social network sites as well, please. Get in touch with us, and especially for Football Emotions. Thank you very much to Nathan Batchelor for putting it out, sharing it all over Sheffield for us, because they loved the song. They done it when they had presentations. Over 5,000 people turned up to their presentations a couple of seasons ago, last season should we say, and they took that record and put it over the video. That was fantastic. That was something massive. That really was. And as Nathan keeps saying to me, you know, this song should be pushed. It's something worthwhile listening to. It's something worthwhile getting the message across to grassroots football. And while we're all on lockdown, isolating, we could all take it in, because everyone's just on social media. Okay, you're all watching Netflix, and these films are absolutely fantastic. We'll talk about Netflix in a minute. But you're all isolated, you're all at home, stay home safe, and watching social media, putting songs on, tunes on, watching people putting their messages on. Young photographs, by the way, I've seen that going on today. If you're 20 years of age, put your photograph up. People are all doing it, they're mad. Well, I don't need to, I still look 20, 21, so you'd only have a photograph of me. Anyway, to cut a long story short, shall we say, I can imagine Nathan now, and imagine the messages I'm going to get off him. Anyway, just keep up the great work wherever you are, and thank you again to Sheffield and Just Junior. Get your dance songs in, or your dancing moves in, to Football Emotions, DXTL TV, from the touchlines. Go on to that and you'll see the case, ready to do the video, ready to do the dance. Put your dance to it, to the song, put it on social media. The ones with the most likes, we're going to give a football kit to next season, so it's well worth it. And the one most likes, honestly, it's something, because you're all sending in your football videos now, keepy ups, toilet rolls, and you get nothing for it, but at least you have a little bit of a competition to get involved in. The kids love that song. If you promote that song to the kids, and that message that comes across to everyone in grassroots football, because we need to continue it, we need to make sure that our referees are safe on the field of play as well, not just now by staying in. When they go out and start refereeing their games as well, we want to keep our referees within the game. We want to keep the kids developing their skills, the referees developing their skills as well, because that's what they're there for. Many referees have chose to referee because they don't want to take up football, but there's many young referees out there as well who do know the game, and they're still playing football as well as refereeing. So when you're on that touchline and they've gone and done the courses and you haven't done your course, remember that, take that home with you and say, do you know what, I'm arguing with the referee here who I think doesn't know the laws, the rules, the regulations of the games, and you haven't done your course. If that's the case and you want to be a referee, well, I don't know whether you can do a course now. Anyone from the county FAs, get in touch with us. See if you can do any online courses, please. Get in touch with us and we'll pass the message on to let everyone know, to all our listeners, that you can still do courses if they're available. I don't think they are. I know with the social distancing you can't go and do any courses in the county FAs, but I know there's limited numbers still working in the offices, so you can still get hold of them. And maybe you could ask them there as well if you could do, well, I can't see a referees course. If you can, referees, anyone, get in touch with us and tell us what the county FAs are up to, because you tend to take a back seat with all the no games on at the moment. We have put by the way, DXTL coaching school. It's going to be the last week in July, last week in August. We've had loads and loads of inquiries. If it gets stopped, it gets stopped, but we have to go ahead with July because it's a little bit later. You never know, it could be over, fingers crossed, and we can get back to some sort of normality. It'll never ever be the same, we know that. What is normality? Your guess is as good as mine. But we all just want to be safe, and the more people that we can have safe, please, the better it is, not just for us but for you and your families as well. So stay at home, please. Heed the warnings from the government, heed the warnings from the NHS, help them, save lives, and we've got to do exactly the same. I'm a key worker, I'll be going out to work, and it's unfortunately that my job is still open. I can't get no breaks on the mortgage, I can't get nothing. Anyway, I don't want to break on the mortgage, I just want to keep paying it, because it only goes on to the length of time that you owe the money for, doesn't it? Anyway, we just hope that everyone can get back to work as normality. You've heard the government's message. If you do want to go to work, you can go to work. Social distancing. If you can't work at home, that is. And I see so many posts on social media about the kids now getting under the feet, but a lot of parents are saying, you know, they don't want to send the kids back to school, and unfortunately we've heard a message today that the kids in the UK could be back in school. Don't know how true it is, it's only hearsay, within 3 weeks. Maybe the kids are all, yeah, they were all, couldn't wait to get off school, could they? Now I know they're getting a little bit boring, and Olivia sent me a message saying it's starting to become boring now, and it will do. You feel sorry for all the kids, don't you? The youngsters who are all studying at home, so well done. Take my hat off to you, you're doing a great job. Keep studying, don't go to bed too late, stay off social media, cut it out about 11 o'clock at night, watch a bit of telly if you have to. If you're studying, get some rest, your beauty sleep, because it'll affect you if you do go back to school. Mums and dads, the little ones, make sure that you know what they're up to on social media, because we have some vile people out there. Safeguarding is the key, that's the message as well. We're normally doing safeguarding on the football pitch, out and about, make sure that the kids don't hear any verbal abuse, aggressive behaviour, racist comments or bullying, and we're doing the same on social media. We don't want to see that. We want kids being bullied, we want kids to be friendly on there, enjoying themselves, and not on the wrong sites, because there's some vile sites out of there, and we all know that. So please, mums and dads, keep a little eye on the kids as well, make sure they're not up too late. I know the kids are probably struggling to sleep as well, but you know, it's a great message to you. We want you to enjoy your life as well. Be safe is the most important thing, because without you, what do families do? And these funerals, you know, we've seen, it's terrible. You can't get to any funerals, only a certain amount of people mentioned. You see that on social media as well. And as we all know, when it started off, it was miles away, and we all thought, and I was one of them, it's never ever going to come our way. But now you're seeing close people on social media sending messages about their loved ones who they've lost due to the coronavirus, and it's hitting home to many of us now. So we're all understanding it, and the message is coming across. And I know there's still people who are out there in parks. Okay, the councils are ordered to keep the parks open for the green space, to keep the public fit and healthy. You need to keep fit and healthy, we all do. Don't overeat, don't overindulge. Are you one of these who is still queuing up, making sure, because you've got that many family at home, that you've got to feed them 7 days a week and non-stop, right the way through? You're all binge eating as well as binge watching Netflix. Well, let's all cut that out. Try and keep fit and healthy, because that'll be the message when we all get back to square one, won't it? Dear me, fit and healthy. How many of us will all be overweight when it comes to football? What about referees? What are you all doing to keep fit? I know Olivia was peddling to Crosby, keeping herself fit, because she's really interested and missing refereeing herself. We know that. And all you young referees and all you high class referees, we say they're very, very positive, well, experienced referees, to say the least. You know, there's no old referees out there anymore. These are very experienced referees. They'll pick the ball up and walk away if you start verbal abuse or bullying them on the touchlines. So the message is, please get in touch with all the referees, keep them in the game, because when the football does start, the kids will be eager to play football, parents will be eager to get out there and watch them, and we'll have no referees. So we've got to keep with the referees. Send us in. If you're a referee, let me know. Are you keeping up with the refereeing? Are you staying in the game? Have you changed your mind? Do you want to get out of the game? We don't want you to get out of the game, and I'm sure County FAs will keep it in the game. Maybe we'll come up with something next week for 1 or 2 referees. Just watch this space for next, well, the weekend of show. And if I don't come up with anything, remind me, mal@don'ttexttheline.com. Get in touch with us, let us know, and keep the dancing coming in. Netflix, I've been binge watching Netflix, and I'm sure many of you know out there, because they put these series on, and when you get into them, it flicks straight away, doesn't it, to the next episode. Unbelievable. And I'll give you some information of what I'm watching now, because I'm on series 2, and it's over 20 hours of Netflix, but you've got to catch up. You watch one, you can't put it down, can you? It's one of those, when I used to drink, it used to be like a pint. When you got that pint, you had one, you couldn't wait for the next one, could you? You know, it was just the way that was. And well done to that Kirby pub who's sending out free pints to all his locals all around Kirby. So I'm sure we'll hear a little bit more about that one. Is it fresh ale? I'm not too sure, but anyway, well done. No matter what you do, people are all getting together, bringing each other together and making a difference. So don't forget, get in touch with us, DXTL Football Emotions. Go on to DXTL TV from the touchline, see the video, do the dance, play the music, and send it in on social media, and the ones with the most likes will win a football kit courtesy of DXTL for the start of next season. Don't forget. Anyway, thank you very, very much indeed to all our listeners, to all our, well now, viewers, for tuning in to us and getting in touch with us and making our life something different and getting involved. There's no postcodes now, no segregation. Everyone from the communities are all bringing things together and making people smile. Keep up the great work, and we'll see you next Friday at 7 p.m. on the DXTL Weekender Grassroots Show. From myself, Mal Day, and all the team here at the Grassroots Show, don't cross the line and respect programme. Losing my voice now. Have a great evening. Put your feet up, relax, be safe. Good night, God bless.